Well, hello, everyone. We are here today with Dr. Lawrence Cook from Lima Memorial's Ada Medical Center to discuss flu and COVID-19 vaccinations. Well, welcome, Doctor. And can you first provide us with an overview of the current flu and COVID-19 vaccination recommendations? What are they?
Sure. Both COVID and flu obviously have vaccines now, which are very important, and they're annual. The flu vaccine is really from 6 months and older for the group, for children as well as adults and up to the elderly. COVID is also 6 months basically, but also there's a different vaccine series from 6 months to 4 years, and at 5 years, that's the normal adult dose that we're seeing.
All right. Now how effective are the flu and COVID-19 vaccines, and what can impact their effectiveness?
So the effectiveness is high, and there's a lot of different studies about effectiveness. And one of the biggest point about effectiveness is the patient going to be in the hospital and in the ICU? So we're hearing 90% plus effectiveness to keep people out of the hospital and out of the ICU, and that's really one of the biggest things. The immune compromised patients need to get the vaccine as well. That's one of the most important things to keep in mind, and we all know what that is now since we've gone through the COVID vaccine situation. So,
right.
Impacting effectiveness, we still have hand sanitizers we need to use. We can still use masks and just use general care and just be smart about being around people.
Yep, that's very true. Now, I was just going to ask you, who should consider getting vaccinated against the flu and COVID-19? Is it everybody, or?
Well, everybody, basically everybody. Again, we don't want to be ill. We have patients who have medical problems. They definitely need to get vaccinated. Our young children are very vulnerable, and the elderly are very vulnerable. But basically, we don't want to be ill. We don't want to, make those hospital trips and be hospitalized. So everyone really is available as long as they can tolerate the vaccine.
All right, and I understand that you can actually schedule a same-day appointment at one of Lima Memorial's primary healthcare locations. So can we schedule a same-day appointment to get both of the vaccines and talk about maybe some other health concerns with you?
We'll discuss the availability of the vaccines, and also one of the important points about the illnesses that are out this fall and this winter is, even though these symptoms look like typical sinus infections and things we've seen in the past, we now have availability to test specifically for COVID, for flu, and for strep, and we have specific treatments for each of these. So we'll have patients call up and tell me that, oh, I just had my normal sinus infection. Can you please call me in an antibiotic? And then we find out that they're COVID positive with the same symptoms, and we can specifically treat with COVID medication as well as influenza medication and strep.
All right. Well, Dr. Lawrence Cook, I want to thank you for joining us on the program for today, and thank you for the work that you do as well.
Sure.
All right. Well, don't go away. We have more when we return.